How's it going today, everyone? And it looks like Warner Brothers actually wants to make some good DC content supposedly, but they do not want to make them themselves, or they do not know how to make them themselves. So apparently Warner Brothers is thinking about licensing their IPs such as DC Comics and other IPs that they own as well to other game developers, which they should have been done that a long time ago. We would have had so much DC video games by now if they would have done that. Marvel has been doing that for decades. We've been getting Marvel games since forever. There were Marvel games on the Genesis. Yeah, there were a few DC games, but until this day, Marvel allows any developer that has the money. Disney is a bunch of greedy pieces of shit. That's why you don't see that many. If you have the money to make a Marvel game, you can. But let's look at this article from IGN. And the headline reads, Warner Brothers Discovery wants to license franchises, which include Batman to Harry Potter and more to other studios. Batman, Justice League, Harry Potter, Looney Tunes, Game of Thrones. The list of intellectual properties owned by Warner Brothers is massive, and an awful lot since it seems ripe for being turned into video games. If you think Warner Brothers has been a little slow to leverage that library, it sounds like the company's leadership agrees and is looking at not just to make more of its own games, but to license out some of its biggest franchises to other game studios in the future, which they should have been done. I said that already, but they are going broke right now. They have no money. So they should have done this and then take a percentage of the profit, however that would work. Would it be 30%? I don't know, I don't know anything about the deals behind the scene. Obviously nobody knows, but we have some idea when it comes to Marvel because the Insomniac leak. That's how we know that Disney is fucking greedy and a piece of shit. That's why we don't see a lot of Marvel games, despite the superhero genre being the most mainstream it's ever been. It's everywhere now. It's the biggest movies of all time, but we don't see that much video games because Disney, they don't be lenient with the prices. They don't allow smaller developers to make Marvel games. It's so fucking frustrating, man. If this actually happens, Warner, learn your fucking lesson from Disney, okay? Don't be so greedy when it comes to licensing these characters and games out. Be lenient and allow a lot of people to make games and give them like a small fee or something. You need the money. You're going fucking broke, because it's true. You lost a lot of fucking money on the Suicide Squad and just in general. You killed off so many of your franchises. Terminator is trash now. Matrix is trash. Lord of the Rings is trash. DC Comics is trash. No good comics, no good movies, no good TV shows, no good video games, nothing. You need the fucking money. Be lenient with these licensing and we will have so much DC content and you will have a lot of money. But let's continue reading the article. Today on the Warner Brothers Discovery Q2 earnings call, CEO David Zaslav and the president of global streaming and games, JB Perrett, how do you say that name? My bad if I butchered it, responded to a question about the strategic value of games to Warner Brothers given recent uneven performance. The company had just reported gaming revenue down 41% year over year due to the underperformance of Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League compared to Hogwarts Legacy's massive success last year. Does Warner Brothers see games as a core part of its portfolio? Well, the only reason that Hogwarts Legacy got so successful, and these retards up top will never notice, but a lot of people bought that game just to piss off a bunch of trannies and homosexuals and just obnoxious fags on the internet because they were annoying. They were trying to attack people for playing the game because J.K. Rowling doesn't want men and women's bathrooms. Like, that's why they hate this woman, even though she's an omega level feminist and a crazy bitch as well. I don't like her, but because she doesn't agree on one fucking thing, they hate her guts and they want to see her gone. That's how crazy these people are. And a lot of people said that, whether it be just everyday people or just content creators, they bought the game just to piss off the activists that were getting mad and trying to cancel the game. You made it bigger. The backlash made it bigger, okay? But like I said, CEOs are fucking retarded and they're gay as well. They probably hate people that do that buy games to spite activists because they are activists themselves and they agree with everything activists does. Maybe not so much the empty suits up top. They don't really believe anything. They're just like empty suits that was placed by a board of directors that just looks over the company and don't really engage with the product or knows what the fuck product is. They always just give vague answers when it comes to literally anything. But let's continue reading the article. Seems like the answer is yes. Both Zaslav and Perret explains they wanted to grow the gaming business, specifically in the free-to-play space. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Whatever, I'll just rant later. Let's just continue. Which Perret says can help balance out some of the ups and downs of the cyclical console industry. That's part of why Warner Bros. Acquired Player First Games, developer of MultiVersus, earlier this year. And I don't care about MultiVersus personally, I said that in the previous video. It just looks like a ripoff of Smash Bros. Well, that's what it is, but the point is, whatever games does that is always going to be seen as a ripoff. People aren't going to respect you as much because Nintendo invented and perfected the platform fighter. So don't even bother, but you already made the game, whatever. I don't know how successful that is. Maybe it does have some success, and if it does, great. People like it and go have fun. But about the free-to-play shit, people are fucking tired of that shit. Okay, like come on now. Free-to-play games always have the most obnoxious microtransactions. They try to milk you for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's so annoying, it's so obnoxious. They ask you for money for like every single thing and every single second they asking you, and it's just annoying. I just want a complete game. I don't want like a game that's gonna make me grind for like 1,000 hours just to get like something that I can pay $5 for. That's so annoying. People are sick of that shit. Yes, they have to make money somehow, but why do it with free to play? Just make a good game. Just make a good single player game. Make a lot of good single player games for all these DC characters. Where's the Superman game at? Where's the Flash game? The Green Lantern game? Justice League? Like there's so much shit. Like come on. I'm tired of free to play. I don't like that stuff. But they only think about money, but they don't think about a creative way to get that money or an actual feasible way. They only think about the greedy way. Let's get a whole bunch of shit real quick, regardless if the content is even good or not. Like you saw what happened with the Suicide Squad. Yes, that was not a free to play game, but that was a greedy looter shooter loot box, microtransactions, trash, garbage game. And people didn't like the game because it was trash. You were so focused on the money, you didn't even make a good game that's worth people money in the first place, and now the game is a failure and it lost you $200 fucking million because you were stupid. Instead of that, you could have done a Batman Beyond game that played like Arkham, but like a futuristic Arkham, because Batman Beyond is in Neo Gotham. You had the perfect setup. I always mention this. At the end of Arkham Knight, Bruce Wayne revealed his identity as Batman, right? You could have done a time jump maybe like 50 years. He's an old man, and he trains Terry McGinnis to be the new Batman, the Batman Beyond. If you've seen the show, you know what happened. They could have done that, but they didn't do that. That would have been an amazing game, and that would have made you money. Why? Because the game is actually worth people's money. The gamers would have actually paid $60 or even $70 if the game was really good and we got to see more Batman Arkham, but like futuristic with Batman Beyond. That would have made you more money, but you're so fucking stupid that you wanted all the money in the world, but you didn't make a product that was worth it. And you started to make a product that's all about the money rather than about the content and about giving the fans what they want and about respecting and loving these iconic characters. You don't do that because you're not a fucking fan. You're a pet for the board of directors that don't give a fuck about any of these characters. That's why you're feeling. You wouldn't even need to do this. I'm glad you're thinking about it. You should have done this a long time ago about licensing your games to other devs. You wouldn't be in money troubles if you just make good DC content. But let's just finish the article. Zaslav followed up by noting that not only did Warner Bros. Want to keep leveraging its 11 studios, but that there's also a lot of interest among others in coming to take advantage of some of that IP for gaming, which we are looking at. And that is the article, guys, and I don't know what else I need to say other than you should have been done this. I've said this like 3 fucking times. I don't need to keep repeating myself. Oh my god. But at least they're actually thinking about it. Hopefully this actually goes through. I don't know what developer will make what game, and I forgot to mention the fact that I don't even trust a lot of developers anyway. These developers have no talent nowadays. They probably do the same shit as a Suicide Squad, honestly. Just do it with other characters, which is more smart. Honestly, if they would have done something similar to Suicide Squad but Justice League, or maybe like the Avengers games, I wouldn't have liked it, but at least it would have had more success. That's why I'm hoping that this isn't that expensive so smaller indie developers can actually take advantage of it, because that's where the innovation is in this industry, not from the big guys that do the same copy and paste slop and do the same political shit. They probably make all the DC women ugly as fuck, all these different companies around the industry. So yay, I guess, but that's pretty much all I have to say. Warner Brothers, you're still a piece of shit company, so you can still go fuck yourself.